Venus.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ah, there we go.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Penis.
Thanos.
Anarchy.
Margaret Thatcher.
Whoa, calm down.
So, we dive back into the story following Dragma, as they are wandering across the wastes of Jorhas towards Blightshore on a slowly unraveling adventure being built and constructed by Merrick, as he's kind of teasing more and more information of what his plan is. You had gained a guide, Casey Havendraft, or the Warden of the Keepers, to lead you across this land, and were joined by an acquaintance of Merrick in Kelkis Vey.
We're friends.
Spending time within the like lands of peace between the 7 villages of the many hosts of Yggdrasil, you awoke one morning to like hundreds of denizens of each of the villages heading towards the central communal structure for a meeting, as one had been called, where you found out that the villages have sporadically come under attack, and has got to the point where something had to be done, and asked for volunteers and champions from each of the villages to volunteer themselves to help deal with this matter. The matter being a group of minotaurs and undead led by a necromancer was coordinating these attacks. Other elders and leaders and various villagers requested that the Dusk Watcher was to deal with the matter. And with the decision being fairly split, both were done. You yourselves volunteered to be part of the meeting. And as you were explained the details of the whereabouts of this necromancer, who turns out to be the name Javan Cobbin, the Dusk Watcher also joined in this meeting. With you guys being unaware of who they were, Casey kind of gave information that they coordinated attacks during the War of Ash and Light between the Kryn Dynasty and the Empire. People within the group had their suspicions of who it may be. Cat, come on. Come on. Come on. But none of you expected it to be a familiar face. That face being the half-orc, pencil mustache, bald head, bloodshot tattoo on the center of his forehead. Mosk. He agreed that this was partly his doing, an issue that he's been not had to deal with and put off, not fully knowing where Javan would be and where he'd show his face. He agreed with you guys and one other champion of one of the villages to aid him. That once the meeting was over, you kind of started congregating within the outside of the large trumpet or trombone or horn that is the central piece of the communal area, the structure. Mosk summoned his thralls to the many hosts, teleporting them through a huge, massive teleportation circle that is underneath the entire structure. And this is when conversations between Adorna and Merrick broke out between Mosk and Casey saw smiles and handshakes and warm welcomes to someone that has done like great damage and had a big impact on the war, spearheading the attacks at Druvenlode and Felderwin. She struggled and couldn't really cope, but this man was a war criminal. But you guys didn't see that. You saw him as an old friend. And a deal was made. Her silence equaled her life. Which Merrick swiftly agreed on. Walter attempted to interject and help and diffuse the situation. Adorna fell by the side of her friend. Kelkis stood confused. And Mosk didn't bat an eyelid. As Merrick, you pull the canvas or the tarp that has been given to you, or you rip down from the canopy above and sling it over Casey's body. And agreed with Mosk that she would be left so you could take her home. Or, yeah. Mosk kind of just continues off through this swarm of like moving, clacking, and creaking bodies, leaving the four of you just stood or sat or however you wish to be, just looking at this tarp that is beginning to spatter with blood and bleed through the fabric just at her chest and at the sides where it's kind of wrapped and tied. Dragma, what would you like to do?
I'm still confused. So I'm standing at the side, pondering this whole situation.
I'm gonna turn back into my human form because I think I was still in hybrid according to my sheet at least. I'm gonna take a deep sigh, contemplate like her last words, what I did for a moment. And yeah, that's it for the immediate future at least.
Kept the bloody tarp. I woke up to my hand on his shoulder.
Walter, what are you doing?
He's just wandered off.
Kind of pushing it through like brittle, stiff bodies and forms. They kind of give a bit of resistance and then just kind of just flop around. They're kind of beginning to like, you're going against the grain as the majority of this like pack of undead are kind of just swarming and following the direction that Mosk wandered. Where you kind of break out. And you're just kind of on the far side of this communal structure of the many hosts and break away from the canopy and find a rock, one of these stones that are pointing towards the sky. And just sit up against one. You go and talk to Mosk, do you?
Yep.
Okay.
all.
Hmm. That's what you wish, then, of course. I don't think Javan's going anywhere. Hmm. I can send feelers out. I was going to send them out anyway. Just set them off in a couple of directions. See which ones fall.
Leaving now.
I'll send scouts out. And you see as he digs his staff into the ground, eyes kind of glow slightly purple where their pupils are. And you being kind of tall, you're taller than most of these hunched, disheveled creatures, undead creatures. You kind of just see the edges, or the edge of the horde, just like a couple layers deep, just shed a layer, and they just march out as he just casts them and sends them off out into the wastelands, just to see what happens in the direction that you plan to be going. I'll let you know if they pass a tree. As you wish.
He
That's good. And I'm gonna walk out and see if I can find Walter.
Mm-hmm. Not too hard to find after you break.
Yeah. Are you okay with what I did?
No. Is that how you
Yes.
treat your friends normally?
She wasn't a friend.
If you say so.
I made a choice. And I
Oh,
chose
yes.
Mosque.
And you think there was only two options in that choice?
Probably not. Definitely not.
Well, next time maybe entertain the thought of that.
I can't promise you that I won't kill again.
But don't worry, if you try and kill me, I'll fight back.
I don't want to kill you. I did not want to kill her.
Exactly. And I don't have a death wish like her either.
For what it's worth, I am sorry that I upset you. That I made you angry.
It doesn't really matter why I feel, or if you've offended my sensibilities or not, it's just... What's done is done.
Do you
And
still
no
want
apologies will change that.
No, you won't. You still want to continue on?
Yes, yes.
Good. Because I will need you before this is over.
Well, what's the plan?
I'm gonna keep what I told Casey. Bring her back to the mountains. Ash Keepers. Then we're gonna take out this necromancer and secure a passage towards Dumaran.
Okay.
Do you wanna join or do you wanna wait here with Mosque?
I think I'll wait here.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly, like, a bit too awkwardly, just stand there, like, what do I say now? Before I'm just gonna leave. And then I'm gonna head towards Kelkis direction.
I give you a slight wave as you approach.
I mentally sigh.
What do you have to say to me, Merrick?
I'm gonna bring her back to the Ash Keepers. I'll be back tomorrow, and then we're gonna go. Then we're gonna go kill a necromancer.
Excellent. I shall not join you at the Ash Keepers, for it is a place of great pain for myself. But
Understandable.
I've had time to think about it, Merrick. I'm still not sure what happened there, but I think you showed great strength of character. And I'm proud
made
of
it-
you. You have observed the Order's teachings. Even if it came out in an
That's a
unusual
24
and
insight.
form.
Are you lying to me? Are you bullshitting me?
No, I genuinely think this is in line with you've obviously seen some evil here, and you have helped to dissipate it despite your conflictions and obvious internal turmoil there. I've done what I can to dissuade you, but you have chosen your own path.
I'm stunned. Like Merrick's just like visually stunned at this like response.
I've been in the
Walter's-
Order many years. I've seen many things.
Yes, you have.
I've seen plenty of that.
Walter's gonna wait here with Mosk as well.
Excellent. I will try and keep Water some company.
Thank you, colleague.
Friend?
Colleague. I'm just gonna stretch my
Associate.
hand. Associate.
I bid you good day.
And I'm gonna walk back towards Adorna and then Casey's body. And the DM's gone.
Kitty.
Bye.
Cat
Every-
DM. Cat DM.
God damn.
What is-
Everybody add a rat to inventory. Go.
Kibbles.
What is your wisdom kitty DM?
Oh, people can't see the kitty.
Yes, I will wake up at 3
Oh.
a.m. and run around in circles.
Oh,
Thy will be done.
there you go.
Yeah. We just talk about Kitty DM and no one can see
Nice.
it.
They all think we're mad.
We are mad.
Crazy people.
Oh Jesus.
Oh. There you go. What's up?
Sky.
I don't think Merrick would say that.
Oh, you're talking to America, you're talking to me. Sorry.
Mhm. Well, we need to find a tree first.
Tim's come back with more ice cream.
More ice cream.
More ice cream, Tim.
Sorry. Sorry again.
What flavour?
Hmm?
What flavour of ice cream do you have?
Oh, it's custard.
Oh, I made custard yesterday, but it came out
Ooh.
lumpy.
Ooh.
But I had it with custard buns, which was really nice.
Mm.
So, while we wait for Mosk, to find a suitable location to walk through the woodlands from, I am gonna. Oh, this is so fucked up, but I have to do it. I'm gonna look over anything of note that Casey has on her person.
Looting
Uh,
the body.
Yeah. I don't want to use those words, but yes. I know she has a endless quiver. I know there's something up with her boots.
I'll get right to it. Hold on.
Or bottomless quiver, whatever it's called.
Make a investigation check. That's the wrong thing.
18.
18. Where is she? There she is. With an 18. So I thought oh, okay. Yeah, you notice the magically enchanted quiver with way more arrows and like a couple of javelins, as well as the hilt of her firearm protruding from the top. You
What's the firearm called?
you kind of pull it out, and you just like as you look over it, this isn't overly a familiar object to you. You've never handled one before.
No.
But around where the trigger is, around like the guard, written along the bottom of it, you see in a language that you don't understand some letters. On her, she has no necklace around her neck. She has one ring on her finger. You find like a piece of parchment.
What does it say?
It's a note from that is addressed to her from her uncle.
Okay.
And it is basically the deeds to the home in Feldwyn, an inheritance.
Her boots were. Yeah, we saw her use was slow fall with her boots or something, right? That was a spell, maybe.
You can investigate the ring further if you want.
Yeah.
So roll an Arcana check.
9.
9. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait with that then. I think that's all for now. Just the quiver, the ring, the deed, fire off.
Yeah, and then you like find the vials and like various teeth and bones from all kinds of different creatures and animals. Like daggers and traps slung around her waist or onto her backpack.
Yep. Any coin?
The coin that you gave her.
Don't remember what I gave her.
I can't remember either. I'm not gonna lie.
Library, please.
Save
us. Save me.
What coin are we talking about?
How much you paid Casey? I want to say like 5,000 or something.
Wasn't
Well,
that
the
much?
whole trip was 5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Library is lacking, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I said like 5k should be the whole thing, and we said 2,500 now, and rest will be given when we were there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna add 2.5k then to our funds. There we go. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do in between, well, then and when probably Mosk would find a suitable location. Let's go over all this.
Okay. Stealing from friends.
Making use of what we need to survive. She won't need it.
Nothing wrong with taking from the dead. There's a tree of suitable size about a mile out. One of them can take you there. You kind of just up by his side. You see a skeletal, elven origin creature, like slightly purple glowing eyes, which like mimic the same colors of Mosk's staff.
I'm gonna lift up her body, wrap it again, and follow the elven skeletal creature.
It just hobbles. And you and Adorna and this undead being kind of wander out into the moorland. Ahead of you, Merrick, you kind of just walking alongside Adorno with Casey slung over your shoulder, and being with it for this creature for a little bit of time, just looking at the back of its head. You kind of see tufts of fur.
Yeah.
And you kind of pick up pace to walk alongside it, and its canines are slightly longer. You kind of slow back down.
What's up? Mary.
I'll tell you soon. I'm gonna keep walking.
And eventually you get to the tree. It's an adequate size to be able to cast your spell, Adorna. As the skeleton with one fingertip just taps the tree and then immediately walks back in the opposite direction.
She had a musket, yeah, Casey?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm just adding it for the... list.
Did you take everything?
No, it's only what's in the quiver at the moment.
Yeah, the musket was in the quiver.
Yeah, I took the quiver, the gold, not the. I took the deed, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it, and I took the ring.
I think she also had a. Oh, she had a longbow as well. Sorry.
That fits in the quiver, right? Yes, it does.
Yep.
Do you want to do it now or wait until sunset?
We can go now. It will take some time to walk up the mountain.
Okay.
You pass through the tree.
I'm guessing we land somewhere where we rested after we walked through the mountain.
I am going to open up the portal to the place where we rested right after we jumped.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
That's what I figured. Yep.
You set off up the hill. On foot?
Do you want to climb or?
Well, I'm not a very good climber, am I?
No, you're not. Well,
Do you mind?
giant eagle.
And I'm gonna just instruct you to a suitable location, like slightly or a bit off the beaten path, where it's like secluded.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Disadvantage, right? Yeah.
Can I give him advantage or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, do a straight roll.
So fucking 10 still.
10. Okay.
4 came first, sorry.
Everywhere looks pretty off the beaten path around here. Nothing looks. There doesn't seem any defined trail or walkway through this section of the peaks.
Just anywhere Adorna thinks she can land them.
I will try to get to the place where we actually jumped.
Yeah, you can do that. I'd say you can do that. Especially with the amount of time that you have in Wild Shape. As you kind of land, your footprints have long gone. The wind and new settles of snow have layered on top and were blown away where you previously were. But in this late afternoon, I'd say. Or late afternoon with the light diminishing. Kind of dig down into the snow.
Do you wanna put her in the mountain?
I think she would like that.
Okay. I will start grabbing 5 feet cube, whatever,
Okay.
of earth with mold earth and put it out.
As these blocks kind of raise up and sink down. The vast weight of the blocks just sink into the snow slightly. This mound or the beginnings of a building blocks are created for this sort of stone coffin is before you on the ground.
I'm gonna place her down. It's like, what would it be, 10-foot area, whatever Adorna digs out. Just very gently. And then get up and just... I'm not really focused on Casey. Like, my thoughts are drifting. I'm just gonna, after just not even a minute, just gonna signal to Adorna to, like, you can place the blocks back.
Do you mark the site?
Before I start putting the blocks. I will... with Druidcraft, I will grab a piece of my jasmine, make a beautiful wreath, and put it on the tarp. And then I'll put back the blocks.
Make a perception check.
Both of us, or I don't know.
12.
Nice.
12, okay.
Doing great.
Are you watching this as well, Merrick, just to clarify?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you can make a perception check as well.
22.
22, okay, cool. As Adorna is just moving these cubes and slabs of rock in to the hole, you're looking the last glimpse of Casey and the wreath of jasmine just sort of around as just at the last split second before she goes out of sight, you see the jasmine wither and fry and
Adorna.
Yeah.
Can you conjure a flower? Just any.
I will blossom some spring flowers.
they
Do they
grow in her hand.
decay? Do they decay after a while?
No. Sorry.
Then why did I'm good.
What?
Jasmine. It's withered.
Well, technically we are within the Empire. So maybe because of that. Well, I will put down a block of stone there. I will carve Melora's symbol.
Okay.
And in Druidic, I will carve here lies the good hunter. A great rival. And a friend. Anything you want to say?
No. Let's head down. We have to talk.
Okay. I'll put my hand on the stone. I'm sorry it had to be this way. If only you could have understood that your friends are your chosen family. I will blossom some winter flowers and then turn into a giant eagle.
You take off and descend down the mountainside.
I'm just gonna keep my ear out for any bigger birds, as we have
Okay.
been warned.
Perception check.
19.
Through the blustery gales, nothing kind of really catches your ear. No deeper, louder beat of wings. Can you go back today, or do you have to wait? You have to wait, don't
We
you?
have to wait.
Just wait.
Yeah, cool.
When we get back to the little hollowed out campsite, I really hope that is the last I've seen of Casey.
Honestly, same.
Something tells me that it won't be.
Well,
I am curious though. Why did you attack her?
She wasn't trustworthy. I tried. I actually tried to be her friend, some kind of mentor, help her get closer to Melora, help her to understand our powers. She didn't want it. She didn't even want to be friends. This was a couple days ago. And even though Mosk is not the most pleasant person,
I might need to kill that man.
I understand it.
Because if that skeleton is who I think it is, who I dread it is, the one who showed us to the campsite.
Yeah.
Elven form, tufts of fur, and large canines.
Sounds like a person from your order, I guess?
I told you what happened when I went back a couple of years ago, right? Right after Vialis the first time. Went back, found out they're all dead.
Yeah.
Found a ghost of a friend and a mentor. And kinda
that-
lost my marbles.
Yeah, I know that. You still do.
Yeah, you should have seen me in prison. It was fun. But
Tried.
if that skeleton belongs to her,
Yeah, we need to talk to him about this whole crow stuff.
I don't want to put you in a spot where you have to pick a side again. I don't want you to have to, well, basically commit murder for me.
You're funny. I'm gonna make us some tea. That's not going to happen, Merrick. No, I will not pick any side. And I don't want to see you get murdered in front of me either, so... I know it must be difficult, but we need to pick our fights.
The Raven Queen tasked me to figure out this mess. And I will die a third time to accomplish it if that is required of me.
What do you mean a third time?
I lost my life in Ice Haven. A couple of months ago. And she brought me back. And I'm gonna remove some of my armor, and basically what you see on Merrick's chest is 3 distinct scars. One is the werewolf bite, which you know of. The second one is when he died by the Kryn, which is just a dagger scar that it's healed but not it's still visible. And the third one is a lightning strike that goes across his back.
That's new.
Yeah.
Looks cool though.
Yeah, well. Each time you come back, you leave something behind. It's not as cool as it looks. You know.
Hmm. Well, considering you cut yourself on a daily basis.
I don't think I've done that today.
Weekly basis. That is the coolest one you got so far. Bless you.
While this conversation dies down, when it dies down, I'm gonna take a short rest and use it to not attune, but to figure out if any of like the ring or the musket is magical in nature.
Yep, sorry. Both the ring and the musket are magical.
Do I get the sense of what kind of magic they hold, or?
The ring has this, it has weight to it. It's quite a heavy ring, but the more you kind of focus and get a sense, it just begins to feel like nothing is in the palm of your hand.
So. Ring of Featherfall, I guess.
And you like look into the musket, or set your senses to the musket. Everything becomes like your senses heighten, like your ear, like your hearing, like heightens. Everything becomes like excruciatingly loud, like the wind, the slight grate as when Adorna sets down and picks up her teacup, like the clinking and grating of your armor when you breathe, and then all of a sudden everything goes quiet. Nothing. You hear absolutely nothing.
You better start your meditation. I'll keep the fire going for a bit longer.
Alright. But before that, do you remember the conversation we had about blood?
Barely. What's up?
Well, I would rather have you know my blood. If I go missing or something happens to me.
I know you.
Yeah. You do, but you've never tasted my blood, so there you go. I'm gonna cut myself with a dagger. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but yeah.
I'm gonna take her hand and I'm gonna close it. Not like this.
What do you mean?
Blood is... It's what I use with my own. It's prepared, it's altered. Tasting yours will do nothing except being weird.
I mean, you are weird.
I know.
Yeah.
But it will do absolutely... It won't matter.
Okay.
I can't do anything with it. I know your scent. If I need to find you, I can track you down. Or you are more than powerful enough to let me know.
Yeah, this was stupid. Okay, I will Pull my hand back. Slap a leaf on it and chug my tea.
That you were willing to do it, even though you didn't know what it means, says a lot.
You're a member of the Order now.
I'm a cultist.
One of us. Gobble gobble, gobble gobble.
Thank you for standing by me through, well, thick and thin.
No, you really don't need to. That's... I know that okay. God damn it. I didn't want to do this. I'm sorry for disappearing like that. And going kinda silent for months.
Ding dong.
I'll be back.
Somebody's at the door. Somebody's at the door.
Hello, do you have at the moment talk about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I saw the Jehovah's Witnesses like patrolling about the other day, and I heard a knock at the door. I'm like, oh no, it was just my neighbor coming to talk about the bits. I was like, oh, I thought it was the Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm glad it was you. And he's like, no, I never let anybody like that in ever. Like, good man.
Ding dong.
Bing bong.
What was I saying?
Why you disappeared or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am sorry for disappearing like that and not contacting you guys at all. For some hours. Didn't think that I would get lost quite fast. But you and Zev and Amnon and Ronnie, you guys are my family. A weird one, indeed. But it's not like I've known a good family. We are very dysfunctional. Stubborn. But at the end of the day, we all care about each other. So no need to thank me for sticking with you. I will do it until one of us dies and can't come back. And considering that I'm an elf and you're a human, yeah. You're gonna get old and saggy, and I will be still in my prime. Fuck you, good night. I will walk away. And I turn around, put my spear down in front of me, like always. Grab my tea, sip, let the tears down.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm bewildered by that statement that I don't actually believe's that Merrick's gonna survive until he's old. And gonna take him, technically, just for game purposes, basically an extended long rest because she will need to meditate 4 hours before I go to sleep for my
Yeah.
6.
In that time that they're away, Walter, Kalkis, anything that you'd like to do, talk about, ask this, that, and the other?
I seek out water, and I'm like,
Yep.
"Hello, water. How are you feeling?"
Never been better.
That's good. That's good. I'm quite upset that the tea lady is gone. She had some good tea. Have you been to this town before? Do you know if there's some good tea around?
Not a clue, sadly.
That's a shame. Shall we sit around, perhaps, get a campfire, and have a discussion?
You seem relatively unfazed by all this.
I have seen much. I've seen many atrocities in my life, Walter. The only thing you can do sometimes is to just smile and walk on by.
Suppose that's one way of dealing with it.
We all have our coping mechanisms.
I normally sit and brood in silence.
To be in the company of others is perhaps often the best way to find yourself again. I've not been in the company of others for a long time. I've been wandering the land.
So you've lost yourself? Is it?
But some might say I've found myself. I found that the company of others is often preferable to the long, bitter silence. Although, that being said, there's some beauty in the long, bitter silence in nature.
Quite the philosopher, aren't you?
Absolutely not. I just have a very large book.
Don't we all?
Anywho, Water. What shall we say? Shall we go in for camp for the night and wait for them to return? Perhaps we can find somewhere nice to rest.
Yeah. I'll let you decide or
I'm gonna
for the night.
I'm gonna look around for somewhere with decently diggable soil so I can dig my little camp hole.
Plenty of options around.
Mud as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm gonna go for like the muddiest kind of like, just muddiest, most defensible looking place and dig a little hole, put my tarp over it, and have a little snooze.
Okay.
This is why I failed my calculus. Penis?
I thought there was music, but apparently my Spotify was muted, so there was no music. I was playing it. Great.
Penis. So. As you wake the next morning, Walter and Kalkis, Adorna and Merrick, you're able to kind of look across the area in between the villages and the central structure here in the many hosts and spot a small camp pitched up with only kind of one tent. And as Kalkis does not sleep in a tent, you see two individuals sort of sat on the floor just stoking a fire, eating, and sort of talking to each other. Hold on. And talking to each other as you approach in the early morning.
Sleep well, Walter. Water, sorry.
Yes. How was your hole?
Right, muddy, cool. Just how I like it.
Or do you look over your shoulder and you see two familiar individuals walking your way? Adorna and Merrick enter the camp.
We got a long rest, yeah?
Everyone got a long rest, just for spells and key points and stuff.
Good morning, people.
Good morning.
Hello. How was your
It's musk.
travels?
We're fine.
Heavy. How was your night?
Pleasant, relaxing, and quiet.
Yes, uneventful.
Pleasant. Quiet. With all these.
You'll have to get used to it.
Okay.
Anywho, we have a fire ready. Would you like to join us?
I already sat down.
Excellent.
I'm making tea.
Ah, yes, I'm very excited.
It's the same skeleton that showed us the tree. There. You muted.
At the tree when you return?
Yeah.
No, the moment it touched the tree and set off back in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna sit down. So are you ready to go kill this necromancer?
Of course.
Hmm.
We need a safe passage.
We do.
Now that I made sure we don't have a guide.
I'll look at Walter when he says that. What do I see?
Just looking off it, he's just blank face looking off into the middle distance. Not giving away too much.
Walter, can you come with me for a second? I think I saw something. I need to ask you about it.
Sure. Future reference, you could just ask to speak to me alone.
Just trying to be polite.
But asking to speak to me alone is polite enough.
Well, I know both of them have great hearing, so we're gonna walk off a lot.
I'll give you a little wave as you goodbye.
How are you holding on?
Yeah. I mean, physically, yeah. I suppose mentally I'm coping as well. I mean, I can't say I agree with what happened last night, but one must live with these things.
Well, I'm sorry for, I don't know, making you go through this. But Mosk is a really old friend of mine. I didn't know that he was this. Well, he was this. He's always been a necromancer, but I didn't know that he was in the higher ranks of Dynasty.
That's not the issue I had here. Was the why they need to kill Casey.
Because
I realized she was hostile to him, but we're incapable of stopping her without killing her.
She wasn't trustworthy.
You could have told her to go send her back on her way.
We've been
or try to
traveling
persuade
this
her,
long.
or
She wasn't going to, Walter. You know she
well,
wasn't
even
going
even
to.
if you took her, spirited her to the other side of the Ash Keepers.
Yes. She
She would have made her. She might have possibly made her way back here, and to find that we were no longer here.
Once she knew that Mosk is our friend, it was over. She didn't want to continue living with that because she knew that she wouldn't be able to keep it as a secret.
Aki, do you have a fan going right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. It's hot.
You seem to know a lot about her. How did you know what she was thinking, what she was...
Because I talked to her. I tried to befriend her. I tried to mentor her. She didn't want any of that. She said that we're not friends.
So you just gave up on her then?
No. I chose my friend.
You both seem to think that the only option was killing her. I just see there's no use arguing otherwise with you. And since there's no use litigating all this, I'm content to sweep it under the rug.
This is not
Rather
sweeping
than
under
pick
the
out the
rug.
scab. There's arguing won't change what I feel or what you feel. We've aired our grievances. We should come to terms with those differences, because they're not going to change. What's done is done.
Yes. Please don't think that I am happy with the outcome.
No. I don't think you're happy, but... No. Sorry, I'm just a... Something like that changes how you see people sometimes. Not necessarily calling you evil or anything like that, but it's just... Let's put things in perspective.
I understand it. If you want to go back,
Yes, we've got a necromancer to kill.
if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to come with us, I understand it.
No.
Because even though we haven't been through much, I really like you, Walter. And I want to think that you are my friend. And I would do anything to keep you safe.
Yes, and feeling is mutual,
So,
you know.
if you think that you can't move on with us, I understand it. I will open a safe passage for you, and you'll be home.
I'm a man of my word. When I say I'll do something, I do it. I said I'd help you. I'll do it. And hopefully we can be a positive influence on each other.
I hope so. Well,
We get
if you
back.
wanna go back, you can. I will go talk to Musk.
Okay. Best of luck to you.
To you too.
You wander into the horde of undead and kind of breaks apart, and you see a familiar tent pitched in the center of the swirling swarm of skeletons and zombies. part the canvas and sat behind, sat on a nice sturdy mahogany wooden chair and a long stretching table. You see Mosk just sat eating a morning breakfast. He kind of looks over, gives you a warm smile. And, good morning, Adorna. Good to see you all back.
We are ready
Would
to
you
go.
like some breakfast?
Oh, yeah, sure.
The others are more than welcome to join as well.
Do you want to send one of your...
Yes, I can do that.
Because they're kind of far away and I want to talk to you about something.
How do you want me to make them walk slowly? I could send a crawler. One with no legs coming right up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just the image. Yeah. Well... Okay. So, first of all, how long till we're there? Do you know?
1 or 2 days, I'd say.
I see.
I guess.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. We'll be able to zone in a bit more. I've had the feelers that have been sent out. None have really fallen yet, so they're still trudging on endlessly.
Okay. The other thing...
Probably get a sense as we move today.
Oh. What happened with Ronnie?
In what way?
You took her, but you said that you were there to attack. And I've watched you. I will put out my globe several times over the years. And I've seen her with her parents, I guess?
Yes, it was, as you'd say, a successful endeavor. Ronnie, being Ronnie, was very standoffish, stubborn, passive-aggressive, aggressive. But she warmed. We made slow progress, but were able to achieve what I promised I'd do for her.
So... I don't think that she would like the idea of her sister being involved with the Empire.
And that is a problem for me.
Yeah.
Not that I don't believe these claims coming from you, but it was something that Ronnie wished, and I agreed to, is that I was there to offer help, and she was there to offer the aid that she could with her abilities and her skills. And after that, I would leave her alone. Be with her family. Not bother her. Not contact her.
Mm-hmm.
Not because she hated me. Because she did once I took her to Rasona. And found out the real truth about me.
Understandable.
But it was... that was her life now. It was out of friendship that we cast that deal.
Where are they? Do you know?
Tal'Dorei, I left them. And they had enough to let them start anew.
I see. Well, maybe when I can go back to Amnon, I could make him send a message to Ronnie to let her know her sister is alive.
My days of going into the Empire are behind me now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry. I can handle it.
At this point, have you got anything else important to ask without people being here?
Oh, one last thing.
Okay.
The crows. How do you know about them?
Just name alone carries a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Feared by, well, I'd say very few, as not many people survive them.
Why were they attacking Merrick's order?
I wouldn't know. It was a while ago when you asked about this. They attacked multiple locations of his order across the continent.
I'll make an insight check with this because I don't think that's a 18.
18?
No, 19.
Appears to be telling the truth. Confused by the question a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I have one last thing that I need to ask you.
Yep.
And I've been wondering this for years.
Right.
What the fuck is up with this?
My tattoo?
Oh, come on. The shit
What?
moves.
Oh, does it?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Insight check. Another insight check. Natural 20. Fucking hell.
It's a mix of him he doesn't know and he's fucking with you a little bit.
He knows it moves, or he doesn't know it moves?
Like he knows it moves, but he's messing with you.
Okay. You will never tell me that, right?
What? That it moves?
No, what that is.
It's another one that Amnon might be able to shed more light on.
Yeah, it's been some time since I talked to him. Okay. You were not telling me that, and I'll... What is on the breakfast table?
Whatever you want.
No, I'm just asking if there's anything that I can throw. Like some nuts, maybe walnuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab a handful of walnuts and throw it in.
Oh.
Playfully.
At this point, the canopy, so the tent parts, as you three guys, you saw very slowly in the distance, just this moving mound or creature slowly slugging their way, just grasping at the grass and just pulling slowly towards you.
It was disgusting.
And then you hear,
Let us question something for our breakfast. Come this way.
It's horrifying. Begone, demon.
That's
It's
exalted.
clearly not a demon.
Begone, foul creature.
That
Huh.
it may be, but how would you even think it's a demon?
That's reflex.
Like, you're a... What?
It's disgusting. What is it? Kill it! Kill it!
It's our guide to breakfast, I think.
It's horrifying. It's
Sound about
undead.
All I heard was breakfast.
I'm freaked out by this, but I will go for breakfast regardless.
Kelkis,
as
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How old are you?
20 something brackets 38. Let me just check. Where's my notes? I am.
Good to ask those sorts of questions, Merrick.
That's in my description. That's where it is. 22 brackets 38.
you're 38.
I'm 38.
Isn't that
To be fair,
pretty old?
Mikkel is the person to ask what your age is.
Yeah.
It's pretty old, isn't it?
Not for a dragonborn.
Don't you guys like age weird?
Yeah.
Lifespan is like 80.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer. Oh well. Like
No.
in that case, I say, well, I'm still a young man.
There's a bit of grey on your scales there.
It's just the mud.
Don't worry, you're pulling it off, and I'm just gonna pat him on his back as I follow the half of our guide.
I'm creeped out by this thing crawling on the ground.
You can leave it to set off for a bit because you're pretty aware that you can catch up with it quite quickly.
I'll stay a reasonable distance behind it.
Okay. But you enter a red and yellow striped tent on the exterior into an interior that is a lot larger than the outside. This long dining table, Mosk and Adorna sat opposite each other, just continuing to talk and eating food as an array of drinks to be taken and a platter of various breakfast foods. Yes, and the rest of you are... Sorry that took so long. I must have sent the wrong sender.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I will... is there a preference, Kalkis? Is it?
Just don't send anything like that after me again.
Right, well...
Gonna replace the whale in my nightmares.
The whale, right. I'm sure she was a lovely woman. Anyway. You're not going to be able to... I'll... If I ever need you, Kalkis, I'll come for you myself, so you aren't disgruntled by my friends.
That's just slightly more agreeable, yes.
Very well.
He can have some interesting entrances.
I turn to Merrick and I say, you guys like do this kind of stuff all the time?
Oh, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat something and try and take my mind off that thing.
Will you be able to eat?
Oh, I could do my best. I could still chow down, you know. I start digging into whatever's available, something meaty.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood.
So- Mosk, this friend of yours, anything we should know?
We grew up students. Friends. We grew and developed together through school, in and outside, going on our own little excursions and adventures. As you guys do. And as we learnt more and went on our own paths of research, which were obviously quite similar, we grew a name for ourselves. Importance within the dens of the dynasty. As time went by, a position rose, or made itself open as the Dusk Watcher for the Bright Queen. That we both went for the job. His family were more affluent than mine. I had little to my family name. We grew up, well, with little. He, on the other hand, grew up in Rossona itself. Me, I came from the City of Beasts. And when I was appointed... hold on. Got it here somewhere.
Note time.
It is note time. I need something else. Where is it? I'm losing everything. I've lost... Oh, there it is. That doesn't help me. Cool. Min. The Squatcher of the Ghostlands. Our friendship, our relationship turned rather bitter. I've personally felt that he was better suited for the position. And greater ability, greater skills. But instead of him and his family being given a den, I was.
So he got jealous?
Yes, very much so. It got to the point that he was ousted and exiled by myself, and with agreement from the rest of the dens and the Bright Queen herself. Well, it wasn't going to be exile, but he managed to flee. It's something that I haven't really had to, paid no mind to. I knew that he'd resurface at some point and it would be my business to resolve. So that's why I'm here.
Do you think he has an army like yours?
I'm sure he has the capabilities, yes. This size, I don't know. This is still not everything that I have in my arsenal, but...
Where do you keep them?
I'm the Dusk Watcher of the Ghostlands, so there's plenty of space to them to wander and protect the city.
I see.
And you have no qualms to kill him?
Do I have an issue killing this man, this drow? No.
Good.
And I wish to be the one that does it.
I cannot guarantee that.
Me neither, but I'll try my best.
I'll work something out so that doesn't happen.
Or if something like that happens, I am willing to sacrifice some diamonds for him so you can kill him.
Now that's just cruel.
I would do anything for him. You know that. Mal.
I agree with the cat. That's just inhumane.
You kind of look down and see this skeletal cat just at Mosk's side.
Ah! Ah!
I'll grab it and put it on my lap.
God, why are you touching that thing? Ugh.
Okay, leave Mr. Bigglesworth alone for a moment.
It's kibble.
I go back to my food. I'm like, ugh.
Well, I'm ready to head out whenever you are, Mosk.
Then we will finish this food and we'll leave.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna turn to Kelkis real fast. Have to ask.
I'm currently like eating a sausage.
I'm just gonna make intense eye contact while he's eating the sausage.
Yes.
You're still a ghost slayer, yes?
Yes.
Why are you scared?
Oh, these things are horrifying. I can still be scared and fight them. Bravery is not so much the absence of fear as the absence of doubt.
I'm just gonna go quiet. I'm just gonna start eating a blood sausage.
I also return to my sausage.
Sausage friends, yay!
I'll raise my sausage to that.
In the meantime, I will make a collar for the cat.
Okay. So, any other questions from us before we set off? Or what, we can do that on the way if necessary.
Not any I want to ask right now, no.
Cool. And kind of you leave the tent and set off southeast, just trudging, and towards the tail end of the day, Mosk kind of informs you that a number of individuals fall. I will redirect those that remain in that same direction to see if a pattern emerges.
Sounds good.
They've got they walked through the night, so...
Which way?
Lens way. Na, na, na.
Oh god, this bloody cough. It's like around here. The A.
Ay.
A.
Hey.
And where are we?
You're here. Well, you're wandering this in that direction.
Okay.
You like vaguely you kind of set up.
Mm-hmm.
So like walking like from the host to the A. Ish.
Well, the white dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
That night, if everyone's done during the day, I guess.
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask Mosk if he can identify the things I absolutely did not loot off the dead corpse of Casey.
Kelkis can do that, remember, as well.
Yeah, I've got to identify.
I did not know.
Dom.
So,
It's
let me-
useful. I mean, of course you're useful.
I'm sure at some point in the day, Kelkis has like randomly mentioned, like gone into it in conversation in small talk of like, oh, I tinker with things, I fuck around with things.
I've got my tool. I've probably at some point just been tweaking my bow and stuff as well. So, ooh,
You're good with that stuff.
of course.
I might. Can you figure out magical properties of items?
I can. I can often identify things with just a touch. Assuming I don't do it any more than 2 times a day.
You're a ritual caster, no?
I'm not sure actually.
Maybe you're not actually.
I don't think so. I also need a pearl worth 100 gold and an owl feather.
You can have supplies.
Cool.
You can give yourself X amount of pills if you want.
Yeah, you're a
Cool.
ritual caster.
Okay, so I can do it as a ritual then. I will, however, take up the offer because I don't really have a lot of stuff. I don't even have any gold.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I'm just
from
gonna.
someone who's poorer than I am. What is this?
If you need an
I don't know
owl
about-
feather.
you guys are super rich.
Bragma's super rich.
I'll add I'll add pearls to inventory. Just say like 4 of them.
So you can use the pearl multiple times because the spell doesn't consume it.
Ah.
All right, so you could have just been carrying one.
Yeah, I'll add 1 pearl to my inventory then.
I thought it did consume it, but
No,
No,
it doesn't.
it
Cool.
doesn't.
oh, that's nice.
There's very few that consumes on low level. I think the only thing is no, not even Goodberry. Goodberry should, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, and I'll
In other campaign it should. It does.
Yeah.
I'll ask Adorna if she could possibly summon for me an owl feather or 2.
Adorna, I got you.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I'll turn into an owl. And just start shaking.
A non-release. Merritt gets tired and just.
like the second you turn into an owl, I'm just gonna pluck one. Like,
Excellent, thank you.
I'm gonna
No
hand
remorse.
it to Kelkis, and I'm gonna await her judgment.
Right, can I see the items? Which one's first?
So it's a musket, and
Oh.
it's a ring.
Interesting. I look at the musket and I'm like, nice firearm.
Yeah, it's very well made.
Yes.
Don't see many of these around. Is it magic? Can I roll an Arcana check first? Just to see if there's any magic
yeah.
property.
I would help, but I'm still awaiting Owl Adorna's judgment.
Yes, Sagro.
I am
18.
waiting
18, cool.
until the end of the spells,
Mm-mm.
in case they disappear.
Yeah. So does it have any magic? I don't necessarily need to know the properties. I can do that with identify, but does it have any sort of magic to it? Do I know?
Yeah, there is magical properties and
Okay.
glyphs and runes written across it.
All right, so I'll cast identify on that as I hold it in my hand. So I've cast identify.
Mhm.
What is revealed?
This is a +1 musket to attack and damage rolls. Its name is Quiet.
Quite interesting. Is
Uh,
it loaded?
It is loaded.
Okay. I say to Merrick, have you ever seen one of these?
Seen it.
Have you seen what these can do?
Yes, it can kill rabbits in front of me.
Can I fire this at the nearest rock?
Well, so there's one more bit of information.
Yep.
You gain the ability to cast silence around the weapon to hide the gunshot.
Okay. So
That's
I'll-
how
I'll-
she did it.
That's how she did it.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that.
Right. So I'll show Merrick. I'll say this is obviously a firearm, a musket, and then I'll cast silence around it,
Mhm.
and then I'll fire it at the rock, and I'll say, look, it's completely silent. It's got silence magic around it.
Yeah, or you see the explosion and the flash slightly, like it's a pretty muffled flash, and then you just hear the crack of the stone, the bullet hitting, or the pellet or whatever it is, the shot hitting the stone, which makes a noise.
And Calcus is talking but not making any sound.
He's talk. Well, no, he can talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think that would have been funnier if I'm just like.
Oh, well, it's however you want to interpret the. I was never really so I toyed because I toyed with the idea of like it creates silence around you, so you're in this a bubble, like how the silence spell kind of works, and then I was like, oh well, she won't be able to do like cast other spells because it was like she'll be running around with it and won't be able to talk to anyone. So I was like, oh well, shall it just go around the weapon or like I haven't really, but you can kind of however you want to run it. I'm not really that bothered.
Yeah. I hand it back to Merrick and I say, very silent musket, very
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 quiet.
well-made weapon.
Oh yeah, how many musket balls did I get?
Oh, good question.
You know what? I'm just gonna write 14.
Yeah, that's what she was buying as well. When you saw her at the, Merrick, you'll remember it. It's the same pouch that in the rail yard that she picked up at that store before you the fire and the explosion.
Yep.
Right. And can I see the ring?
Yep, I'm gonna hand him the ring.
I kind of hold it in my hand. Obviously, I think it's got that kind of lightness to it. So I cast identify.
It was very heavy.
Does it? Sorry.
Yeah.
I cast identify again, and I hold it and I roll it in my fingers. So I've cast it. What do I learn?
It is a ring of feather falling.
Alrighty. So it's going to be hard for me to demonstrate this one. So I just say to Merrick, it's a ring of feather falling. It should dampen your falls and.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
To hand it back as well.
You know what? I'm just gonna hand him the longbow for shits and or giggles. I don't know if this is magical.
Again, I'll roll Arcana.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the roll.
8.
You're unsure if it has magical properties or not.
I'm not sure. I've run out of. Well, I don't think I can cast Identify much anymore
You
today,
can
other
cast
than
it
ritual.
ritually.
Yeah. So I apologize to the owl for having to wait for 10 minutes.
I'm still
yeah.
an owl, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think I can speak owl, so I just apologize. Like, I'm sorry, you'll have to wait a while I cast this. Wait.
Owl looks
completely
defeated.
completely unaware of whether or not a druid can still understand me, whether an animal.
Oh no! She understands you perfectly fine.
Excellent. So I sit down and I put the items in front of me, and I slowly cast a ritual involving just a little bit of blood, and a little bit of chanting to identify the longbow.
It's a little bit of blood and chanting.
So,
I
think it's 10 minutes. Yep. So it takes me about 10 minutes to complete this ritual.
In those 10 minutes,
as the swarm of the undead just breeze past you and continue their march.
I'm keeping my eyes closed and I'm just trying to ignore them.
in those 10 minutes, can I fly around to see how far this army goes?
It's pretty large, so 10,000-ish, give or take. It's a big swarm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to calculate a size off the top of my head.
Tim, I want exact descriptions of the exact number and the description of every single character in this army.
You'd have to give me a while.
You have exactly 1 month.
You have 45 minutes. Go.
No, I'm pretty much done with the ritual after 10 minutes. What do I know about this bow?
It is just a standard longbow.
I stand up and I say to Merrick, sorry for the 10-minute wait, it's just a longbow.
That's fair.
I'll dive back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dive back, and what do you do? Have you been keeping an eye on her, Merrick?
No, not when she flew away. I have a passive perception of 16, but I wouldn't have
make a stealth check.
Yeah.
If you want to dive bomb him or whatever you're gonna do. I assume you're gonna fucking pounce on you, but
if you've seen the pictures she sent in Discord, she's gonna attack. Like it's.
I'll add 3 more. 18.
Yeah.
Beat his passive perception.
Well, I'll go and start pecking his ear.
Don't stop getting away!
I have 1 HP, by the way, so if you actually hit me, I will poof back.
I'm just gonna make an unarmed strike at disadvantage, like.
Yeah, that hits. That
15,
hits.
yeah.
Yeah. He swings and he forgets his own strength and just boof, and you get flung out through the air and just tumble onto the ground.
You take.
Ow!
You take 7 points of damage. You take 6.
You motherfucker.
What?
Fuck you! I'll cast a moonbeam on him.
It's like, fuck you, Cloud's part.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What is it, con save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a 15.
Oh no! You take full damage.
Yes, I do.
That's 7.
It's fine. So this beam comes down. The amount of like fear Kelkis has on these undead creepy crawlies is the amount of fear Merrick has for this moonbeam. Basically, like I just throw myself out of it. Headlessly, pretty much. What was that for?
You hit me!
That weren't fucking magic?
I'll move the moonbeam.
I'm fucking running. I am
You see
faster
this-
than this beam. I have 45 feet of movement.
As,
I am fast.
As Merrick just runs into the swarm of undead as you see just the skeletons and the zombies just begin to just
Radiant
and some
damage.
fall. Yeah, it's radiant damage. So, and just crumble.
Oh god, must be like something's happening. Yeah, I'm just gonna like Adorna, stop it! This is not fun anymore. Just keep on running.
I'll drop it down. Well, we chased the dog. It was fun. When are we going to sleep?
The day continues, and the horde slows and stops to rest as Mosk reappears and kind of goes, "We're gonna rest here tonight.
Sorry about
Seem to be homing in." I did wonder what that was, but
Yeah.
I was informed that it was you guys. Please don't make that a habit.
No.
I'll keep her in check.
Thank you, Merrick.
And I'm gonna sleep with one eye open.
Seem to be honing in on where they're located. Should be not too, maybe half a day before we set eyes on their camp. I'm not really sure what we're going to be seeing, but
Question, Mosk.
mm,
I innocently, might I add, semi-innocently, somewhat innocently, was branded by the Empire. Is that something you can remove?
well, you'll have to show me it, but I'm pretty confident I could.
After we dealt with your old classmate. Because I'm guessing none of the items from Casey was attunement.
Both of them were attunement, I'm pretty sure.
Both? Okay.
Yeah, both are attuned. But if I am I'll need another favor from you.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Of course, I'd rather tell you what you're going to be owing me than blindly going into it.
Mate.
Get some rest. We'll leave early again tomorrow. As rest comes,
I'm
you're
gonna
able to
take
take a long rest.
the last watch.
You're surrounded by undead.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm gonna take the last watch. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
I'm sleeping like a dagger right here. You
Okay.
know.
As the morning comes and you set off, you, after about half a day, you come to a rise of a slight hill, and you notice that this swarm of undead begin to stop. You don't tend to see Mosk during the day as you're walking, kind of just disappears off into his associates and then reappear just to kind of, you see him kind of just walking past you or alongside you, a few like bodies off. Just doesn't really say anything, gives you a nod, just checking up on you.
Do we know if they can swim or do they just walk through water, or is it bad?
They trudge through water and the swampy bits. They slow like you would, but they don't hire.
Okay. No. What I mean is, will they be able to cross the river and the lake?
Oh, right. So, well, as you come to the top of this hill and this horde stops, you continue walking and break the front line and see Mosk like about 10 foot in front of it. Alongside him, you see a larger creature and a familiar set of armor.
No, his friend.
From a tomb long ago. And just in this small valley, you see perched up on a mound, just a singular building. And then around it, just a similar outcrop of this buzz and bustle of movement and creatures. Patches of like dark spots and tents. Beings taller than the others. And Moss kind of looks down and goes, "So this is where he calls home." begin to
very funny.
hear. Oh, we never take nice homes. And then you begin to hear the chatter of teeth behind you just ripple and gain in volume. The clang of metal and shield. Quick review.
Night, Daniel. It's no longer blue.
As I make that. I can't remember if I made that. Did I make that?
Calm down. You can do it.
As Moss kind of pulls out this large glass bottle. And goes, let's make sure that we're on even playing fields, shall we? Just in case there's anything funny down there. And he brings this bottle up, and inside it you just see arcs and crackles of lightning just sparking off the interior. And he just pops the cork and just like holds it out as just straight up into the air. This huge bolt of lightning just casts up into the sky, and just this huge cloud just emerges and just engulfs the area of the sky around you. Just black, dark, grey clouds just roiling with energy. You see cracks and arcs of lightning just ripple through and boom, just striking the ground. And the rain just thunders down. He's always a fan of fire, this one.
Did you say fire?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm guessing this is gonna be our small base, and I'm gonna just remove my backpack and just take both of my long swords and put them in the ground, and I'm gonna turn into my hybrid form.
I will, we'll be in a pocket. I'll oversee from up here and join where I can. I'll run a spearhead straight in, and you follow up behind. You'll know which ones are mine, because their eyes will glow purple.
All right.
And, sorry if the lightning hits you.
Ilkis,
Yes,
you ready?
of course. I get my bow out and I whisper, it's been a while. Loex Harak Liaret.
And I'm gonna start just casually walking down from the mound.
You forgot your
Like-
swords.
You see my arms light on fire. Or one of
How much
them.
damage do you take?
Ah, fuck. I don't know, 10 probably?
Probably.
6.
Are you lighting both or just one?
I'm lighting one of each. So one fire, one cold.
Cool.
I don't... Oh, 2 damage. Nice.
Walter, any prep? As you see... No, just...
I'm always ready.
Join. Yeah, he's always ready. No, doesn't have to take anything off, strap up, nothing. He just begins to amble. Do you join Merrick as he slowly... Merrick just calmly, just slowly walks?
Yeah. Just
I'll go
leisurely stroll.
and grab his arm, like hold his arm, like arm in arm.
Who's?
Walters.
Kelkis?
You have
I walk
fire.
slightly less casually than Merrick, and I'm trying to find my my thing in my character sheet for the for rolling the damage for the Hemocraft.
Oh, it'll be the same as Mikhail, so he'll be able to tell you.
D8. Basically, I just made a a melee attack. That's my Crimson Right damage because that always tracks alongside the Hemocraft damage you take.
6.
So I just made my own action that I rolled. So
Okay,
Yes.
I'll set that up.
because otherwise it's gonna be a lot to keep track of, and I'm not that smart.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm activating my Hemocraft, and it wraps around my bow.
Lightning, fire.
It is radiant.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. What are you, 11 Blood Hunter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then it's a D8.
So I'll just set that up. Necrotic. I'm good. Excellent.
Cool. As you set off down the hill, got a bit of a way to go. There's no need to charge from this distance. And then the wave of chattering just begins to creep up behind you. And just the swarm just engulfs you. Mosk's army of undead just devours you. You see as you're descending down, it creating a point, the tip of a triangle, to spearhead The pace gradual like yours. And building. The closer and closer you get, the heavier the rain pours down. Arcs of lightning just hit the ground, throwing like the undead that you are part of, like just casting them straight up into the air. You see off in the distance similar circumstances as ahead they begin to form and shift. Oh, I've got a cat trying to get out of the room all this time.
Cat, you will have to wait. We're in the epic. We're in the middle of something epic.
No, she needs to be let out so she can then scream to be let back in.
Of course.
I forgot about that one. Sorry.
That's what my cat does. She...
Content on that bed this entire time. The moment I shut the door, that happens. Yeah, those ahead of you, Javan's army begins to shift very quickly into formation. And the pace picks up. You as well begin to jog. Your feet sink into the ground, slipping every 10 or 20th stride. Why have we got Star Wars?
No, it's good.
Yeah, no.
Imperial March. Let's go. I want to keep behind the main undead army. I want them to take the brunt of the charge.
Oh yeah. You are now. They took over you, but are kind of, as your pace picks up, they're kind of drawing you in, and the faster you get, their pace picks up.
Yeah.
To make sure that you are in this pocket. The chattering and like grinding of joints and bones just become intolerable. Sorry, Daniel. And then you hear you little.
I told you it was exactly what was going to happen.
Different cat. It was a different cat. It was the other cat. She didn't know. Before you hear, well, none of you, maybe. Kelkis, maybe. Walter, this is very much a familiar sound to you. The impact of two opposing forces clattering and hitting one another with force. But right just before that moment builds, the clouds part as Where is it? Where is it? As this 60-foot radius column of bright, searing, burning fire, this burst of sun just caves down to the ground. and just like pops a bubble in the opposition's front line even further as you kind of look behind, and up on that hill behind you see Mosk just in the middle of just casting this like huge amount of radiant energy in his hands, just morphing magic. And the battle begins. So, just for fun, you've got about 10 rounds to do whatever the fuck you want. However you want to kill motherfuckers, do whatever the like crazy combos, use as many or as little spells as you want. You're at a level where you're fighting zombies and undead, so you can carve through them in 1 or 2 attacks. Like with a combination of, well, Walter definitely can, Merritt can, and Kelkis can. Adorna you can with fucking AoE spells. Like you can just carve swaves out. So that can be something that you guys plan for next session.
Yes.
And then as that, and when that ends, we'll get into real combat.
I like this fake combat. It makes me feel safe and loved.
Yeah, it just gives you the freedom to just do some really fucking kick-ass shit.
Yeah.
And combo with each other like you're an Avenger. Woo!
I'm just gonna take Kelkis by his hands. I'm just gonna spin. But I'm ranged.
Throw me up in the air and I'm like.
Haki, what's on your mind?
I have so many spells.
Oh yeah, which you've probably never been able to like properly use ever.
You have any? What spells do you have? What level?
Up until
7 max?
6.
6. That's.
I
Pretty
can just
powerful, too.
sunbeam the shit out of them. Like sunbeam and walk.
But yeah, that was a lovely 8th level sunburst coming down from Mosk.
Sunbeam, you mean?
Sunburst.
Burst? Oh, damn. He's powerful.
Oh god.
I'll have to think about this when we try and eventually kill him.
Well, we have a Discord group for this exact reason.
Oh, do you have a separate channel? Or you have your own little group, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's rarely
fine.
used. Because we don't plan. But we have it.
Right, I'm gonna head. I am tired.
Okay, Daniel.
Catch you on
Have
the
a good
flip
night,
side.
Thank you,
Daniel.
everyone. See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh god, it's gonna be difficult.